Hello Indulgers, new and returning! Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so glad you could be here today. Today's video is all about jollof rice. I'll be demonstrating how I prepare jollof rice with basmati rice and lamb shanks. I'm a firm believer that jollof rice does not need to be complicated. The simpler the ingredients, the better. If you cook this dish right, each and every one of these ingredients will shine and you will achieve optimum flavor. So let's get right into this video. To begin, I'm going to add my shanks into a pot, followed by my herbs. Here I have some rosemary, thyme and bay leaves. Next I'm adding some black pepper and some chicken seasoning cubes. I have some ginger and garlic which I'm going to crush and half. Half of this goes into the pot and later on I'll be introducing the other half in my stew. In goes some salt. I'm also saving a little for later as well. Next, I'm adding 2.5 cups of water. I'm going to boil this meat until it's very tender and almost falls off the bone. It's very important to season your meat well. Well seasoned meat adds immense flavor to your jollof. I'm going to add half an onion and then cover up the pot and allow it to boil for well over 1 hour. If you wish to speed up this cooking process, you can do this in a pressure cooker or a multi-cooker. So I'm checking the meat in between to see how it's going. Once the meat starts to fall off the bone or easily breaks apart, then you know we're good to go. I then separated the meat from the stock and I noticed that my stock had reduced more than necessary. So I added more water into the pot just to help me lift up some of that additional flavor. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of oil into a pot and then introduce my meat. Traditionally, the meat would be fried at this stage, but just to reduce the frying and the oil quantity in this dish, I'm going to put it into this pot and into the oven for 15 minutes until it browns. Here we go, the meat is ready, and as you can see, it looks just as good as fried meat. Here I have some tomatoes, onion and habaneros. I'm going to remove the seeds from these tomatoes. I picked up this technique from my grandmother and many other family members. Removing the tomato seeds reduces the acidity of the tomatoes and the water content, which helps us fry it down into a stew. So next I'm adding 1 cup of oil into a pot. This is more than what we need to prepare this jollof rice. I've added this quantity of oil just to assist me with frying down my stew without burning it entirely. Once the oil had warmed up, I added in the remaining 2.5 onions and fried them down. Once these onions start to become transparent, I introduce some tomato paste. I fry the tomato paste in with the onions for a minute or two before introducing the curry powder. This beautiful curry powder I picked up at an Indian grocery store. I've shared a video showcasing my finds at an Indian grocery store. I will put the link in the description bar below and right up there in the corner. Next, I'm going to introduce the minced garlic and ginger and fry for about a minute. Then in go the pureed tomatoes that we blended earlier. I fry this mixture until the oil starts to rise to the surface. This is a good indication that the water quantity is reducing and that the tomatoes are going from sour to delicious. The longer you fry your tomatoes, the darker they become and the more rich the color of your jollof will be. In totality, I fried down my stew on low heat for 1 hour. So here, I think it's just about fried enough and I'm going to reduce some of that oil. So all in all, I believe I took out about half a cup of oil. So just to be sure, If you're using a non-stick pot or a different pot, you can start with half a cup of oil as opposed to the 1 cup I used at the beginning. So our stew is looking great. Let's wash our rice. I'm using basmati rice. This particular brand is called Golden Cellar. This is a golden basmati rice. Basmati rice is loved in our household. It's a healthier alternative to jasmine rice and it contains less starch. Once the rice is washed to your satisfaction, add the rice into the pot and stir it alongside the stew. So what I'm doing is I'm frying the rice in with the stew until the water reduces. Next, I'm going to introduce that stock that we separated earlier on. It's so important that your stock is flavoursome. The key to great jollof rice lies in your meat. Season your meat generously and do not skip out on any flavour. In go our brown shanks, which I'm going to place into the rice and make sure that they are buried into the rice. The shank is going to continue to cook alongside the rice and soften, and by the time we eat it, they're going to be very tender and falling off the bone. Next, I'm going to put the remainder of the salt in and give it a good stirring. Make sure you taste your food as you go, just to make sure that you have enough salt in there. So on very low heat, I'm going to place some baking paper on top and allow the rice to steam. Every 5 or so minutes, I stir the rice and cover it again to continue the cooking process. I steamed the jollof rice for 1 hour in total on very, very low heat. So check to see if you need any more water. I tend to add water gradually just to maintain the flavor. You don't need a lot, but you do need to maintain low heat to make sure that the rice is cooked all the way through. So as you can see, I'm adding teaspoons of water at a time, but more importantly, I'm relying on the steaming process to cook this rice. So here we are, our rice is ready. And as you can see, the rice is separated. There's not too much water in there. And each grain is light and fluffy. I hope you're hungry. Our jollof rice is ready to be enjoyed. You can serve this jollof rice with any sides of your choice. Today I have opted to serve mine with some Ghana salad. Ghana salad is a combination of salad, mayonnaise, boiled egg, sardines and baked beans, amongst other ingredients. As always, the first bite is yours. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a happy new year. May this new year bring you sound health, more success and prosperity, inshallah. I'll see you all shortly in my next video. Until then, stay blessed and stay healthy.